Welcome to my film review of Stuber. So, this is the movie about Uber cabs. Very much the underlying theme is Uber. And it's comedy involving, can't remember the actors' names. Is one of them John Baptisba? Sorry, not very good at doing celebrity names. Don't really pay much attention to celebrities and stuff. But nevertheless, if you've seen the advert, you'll know who I mean. Those are very much the central characters throughout the entire movie. The movie is very much about kind of the relationship and interaction between them two. So you've got John Baptisba, is it? Sorry. The big guy who is butch, Arnold Schwarzenegger type. You know, I'm hard, I'm tough, I'm a man. And then you've got the absolute polar opposite, like your Kevin Hart type. I'm a wuss, I'm so small and feeble and so scared of everything. And that's portrayed, I think, very much in the trailer, which you've probably seen. And, you know, if you think that's funny and you like what you see in the trailer, then, yeah, there's 90 minutes of it in the movie. But for me, the trailer didn't look great, I've got to be honest. The only reason why I went to see this was because I happened to be passing the cinema house for other reasons. It would be rude not to call in while I was there. And literally the only movie out right now that I haven't seen was Stuber. So I thought I'll go and check it out. I love comedy. And, you know, what have we got to lose? It was only on for 90 minutes, which I'm pleased about. I think 90 minutes was about right. It didn't have enough original content and material to be on for longer than that. It was just bit of fun. Let's use, you know, the tough guy, the weak guy character storyline. We'll use that, and we'll throw in Uber, the fact that, you know, some people are tech savvy and know all about Uber, and some people have maybe heard of Uber but don't know anything about it. And that was portrayed. You know, there was some made you smile a little bit, you know, not knowing what Uber was all about, how it works. It does allow for some good humour, and you've got the guy who's the Uber cab driver. I'd never thought about this before, but trying to get 5-star reviews is crucial for your business. And I thought, yeah, that's cool. You know, that angle, I get that. You know, trying to get good reviews. So that was quite, you know, humorous. You know, seeing him trying to get his good reviews up and stuff. And there was also an additional element to the plot which wasn't portrayed in the trailer, which was a surprise, or at least I don't think it was. You know, it was a good surprise early on. So you're like, oh, okay, so there's an added element to this storyline which gives it a little bit more intrigue. But to be honest, that additional plot went from intrigue into just bizarre, because I know somebody who'd been through what he'd been through, and you couldn't have been doing what he was doing. You know, it was a little bit far-fetched, but at the end of the day, it's some movies. Let's not be too critical for being far-fetched, right? So overall theme of this movie, a bit disappointing, I'm afraid. It's a comedy, so you expect to laugh. I did laugh out loud a couple of times, but I mean, the amount of times they were trying to make you laugh, it would be a travesty if you didn't at least laugh a few times. But only a few times isn't enough. I was in the cinema with quite a few people, and it was generally the same. There was times when you had a smile on your face, and times when you were supposed to be laughing and you were just poker-faced. So for me, it didn't really appeal to my sense of humour. There was one person in particular in the cinema house that was bursting out, laughing out loud, but in all fairness, I think he might have been, you know, a little bit mentally ill sort of thing, you know, which is, I don't begrudge anybody having a great time, but he did seem to be the only one that was laughing, and he was either incredibly drunk, you know, because he was having a great time. He was having the time of his life, bless him, which was good. It brought a bit of atmosphere to the cinema, which you need in a comedy, especially when no one else is laughing. So overall, it was entertaining-ish. It wasn't funny. It was kind of pitiful at times when it was trying to be funny. The comedy doesn't really work for me. It's been done a million times before, the tough guy and the wuss guy. So, you know, nothing original there for me that particularly worked. I know this guy was in The Big Slick, is it? The love story, which sounded really good. The Asian guy. And if you love him as a character, then you probably love him in this as well, because he seems like a fantastic actor, you know, really plays his part well. But I'm not bought into him as an actor. This is the first time I've seen him in a movie, and you know, I wasn't overly thrilled with the character that he played, and I don't know him, so maybe if you know this guy and you love him as a character from The Big Slick, for instance, you'll really love his performance in this, and everything he does might be hilarious. I didn't quite get that. And then the other guy, the big guy, is Guardians of the Galaxy is like my favorite movie. I love Marvel movies, and Guardians of the Galaxy are my favorite, and the big guy in that is hilarious, absolutely hilarious. The scene recently, was it in Endgame, where he says, I stand so still, you can't see me, I'm invisible to the naked eye. Absolutely hilarious. So seeing him without all that costume on and makeup, you know, special effects, it's crazy. It's like, wow, that's what you actually look like. I've never seen you before in real life. I've only ever seen you dressed as that guy out of Guardians of the Galaxy. So that was a little bit weird. And as much as I love him as a character in Guardians of the Galaxy, again, wasn't hugely into him in this role. He was okay. He just played a big tough guy, you know, big butch guy. And it was okay, but it wasn't like, even though I loved him as a character, I still wasn't like, oh yay, everything you do is brilliant. It just wasn't that great, I'm afraid. So I'm giving this a 6.7 out of 10, and that's possibly being a little bit generous. It's not the kind of movie I would recommend anybody to go to the cinema to see. I'm sorry. If, like me, you've got the Cineworld Pass, you can go for free, definitely go and check it out. You know, why not? Go and watch it at the cinema. It's fine. My only tip would be, don't sit too close. I love sitting really close, and the opening scenes was an action scene, and it was deliberately filmed in a way with the camera moving all over and shaking, and I couldn't tell what was going on. I was like, damn, this is the one time I wish I was sat at the very back of the cinema. So don't sit too close for this movie if you are going to go to the cinema. But please don't spend your hard-earned cash on this one, I'm sorry to say. Go buy one, get one free if you can, you know, where you're paying maybe £2.50 each or something. But even if it's buy one, get one free, £5 each, it's not worth it. Sorry, it's not worth it. Right now at the cinema, we have Spider-Man. Go and see that again. If you want to see a comedy / feel-good movie, go and see Yesterday. Brilliant movie. I went and saw that again straight after this movie, actually, while I was there. Go and see Yesterday again. Awesome movie. Really funny, really fun. If you love the Beatles music, my God, it's the greatest movie out right now. Absolutely fantastic. Or even go and see Toy Story again. I would have rather sat through Toy Story again than, you know, watch that again. It was, yeah, sorry, just didn't do it for me. You know, the story was trying to be all a little bit twisty, a little bit like, ooh, detective. If you want something like that, go and watch Anna. That is a phenomenal movie. Didn't expect to like Anna half as much as I did. Really good. It had an element of an unraveling, interesting story. Something that Stuber completely fails at. So if you want that, go and see Anna. And like I say, if you want comedy, go and see Yesterday again, or even Toy Story. Lion King's coming out tomorrow, so my God, go and see The Lion King rather than seeing this. It's just not great, I'm afraid. Really not great. Do you know, 6.7 is way too generous. I'm giving it a 6.4. 6.4 for this one, I'm afraid. 6.4. Just to let you know what my humour is like, because you might be thinking, oh, well, maybe you don't have a very good sense of humour. I still love Friends, loved it when I was younger, still find it hilarious now. Peep Show is by far the funniest sitcom ever produced. Peep Show, the British one. I thought Long Shot was hilarious. I like Bad Neighbours, that kind of stuff with Seth Rogen in. So that's kind of where my sense of humour is, and this just died on me. Wasn't funny at all. So I hope you found this film review useful. Save your pennies. If you want to go to the cinema, there is anything else that's out there right now is better than this, I'm afraid. So thanks for listening, and we'll see you on the next review. Goodbye.